I have a question about there may be a little conflict within the band that's never been talked about in terms of the name Steve and who actually made the final decision to name the band that. Because I think I've heard actually firsthand a couple of conflicting stories about that, and a couple of different people have said no, that person wasn't in there. Sean seems to be very sure of himself when he relays the story.
Who did that?
Does anybody know? Definitive?
Yeah.
Is there a definitive version of the name Steve coming about and actually being proposed?
Sean
as the
said it
band's
in the
name?
movie. That's Sean. That's your version, right? You're sticking
Right
to
in
that.
the movie, he sounds very very matter of fact
Let's let some
about
of
it.
the
Do you want the real answer
Yeah,
or
let's let-
what everyone else
Seriously,
believes?
seriously. I mean, what
Let's hear Jackson.
Is there a
fake person named Steve. We're gonna dedicate it to Steve.
You're gonna dedicate the band?
Yeah, I remember.
fictional
I remember
person
in the
named
Going
Steve.
Nowhere Fast video.
Yeah.
I always thought that it was part of something recorded. I remember Jackson saying in his monologue voice, "This one's for Steve." And
And that's where it started.
That was
Well, it was.
a particular song. I don't remember which one.
It was I think Man in the Fields.
I probably was.
Because at that time, that was seriously the second time we ever played together, and we just were doing it in front of cameras just because we wanted to have. That was the only way we could have separate microphone inputs, and so we got some people to run cameras, and then there's a video, and then of course the video made the necessity to have a band name. So yeah, that was. Well, this is my take on it. Was the inspiration being Jackson's dedication of certain songs
So
to
it had
Steve.
nothing to do with Applebee's? Is that, I mean,
We were at Applebee's, but it was
that
after
was when
that.
the
It
decision
was
was
after
actually
the-
made to
yeah.
call the band Steve.
That's
So, okay.
because
But maybe not everybody.
because something was dedicated to Steve, and it had become more of an inside joke by that point.
Yeah.
But I
We were
just
talking about Steve.
well
all
before the
time.
band, the name Steve was always around.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I was naming animals Steve. We just
Yeah.
always
Steve
refer
was
to
just a
everything
funny
Steve.
name.
It was always
Steve
an inside joke.
Was the name Steve, the word Steve was very prevalent
Thompson.
in the communion of our friends. And going back to Steve Thompson, yes.
Physical Steve.
But where?
Dave's wedding, our friendship, everything in this fucking life comes down to Steve Thompson. I don't care what you say. Jesus.
I'm sorry. I have to ask about multiplicity. Did multiplicity? Because doesn't he say like something about Steve or like I got a wallet and hey Steve?
Oh no, that was part of it.
Wasn't okay.
That was just that was just
so much to do with it.
seriously, it did.
That was on TV recently, and I was watching.
I was doing like I was going out a lot with
Sean's naked.
friends and stuff. And everywhere I went, I had a backpack on my forehead. I was like,
Let's
hey,
talk about
Steve.
the
Sean is
Kinko's
naked.
girl. Does anybody want to talk about the Kinko's
That was
girl?
Andy Peterson. Was she her
Andy
girlfriend
Peterson's
at the
girlfriend.
time?
Yeah, at the time.
At the time?
No.
Not at the time. And you did you
No,
kind
it
of know
was-
her
it was
because
his
of Todd? A little
I
bit
knew
like
through
you met her.
Andy, and
So
I think I'd
she
seen her.
wasn't a stranger to you.
I don't know if I'd ever met her, but I knew of her,
Oh, really?
and she probably knew of me.
She knew me slightly
she knew
from
you.
being in Kinko's all the time, making these kind of ridiculous covers.
She thought you were weird.
Yeah, but
Do
she
you think
seemed to
the
take a
fact that-
shine to Sean.
Sean, do you think the fact that you were naked helped
Oh.
help
I mean, it
talking to her? I
couldn't
mean,
hurt. You know what I mean? I'm wound down.
because she
Look
keeps
number one. That was
because
look number one. Very subtle.
she keeps looking at the nakedness
Yeah.
and then looking at you. I
One
mean,
that's not very subtle.
but I mean, usually two people don't converse over pictures of one of the two people naked. I mean, this is pretty
In
deep.
terms of video covers.
Yeah.
and that results in this look.
Oh my God.
And she looks away and then
what-
puts her and then
rolls
shakes
her
the head.
That's what
She rolled
every
her
man
eyes.
That was
wants
it.
to
The
see.
textbook. 5
God.
textbook moves.
Let's
all
toast
rolled
to
into
that,
one.
my friend.
Yeah. I've never
Jesus.
seen that in person.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
on video. That makes me wonder how often it happens.
He needed to see it in
Now
video.
here, this actually is
like so much of our lives.
is
you
actually
should
where
see
his
it in
question
video
came
to
in.
know.
right. This is
Time driving.
this is the scene where Sean relays the story of the name. So just to cap that off. So it was actually decided by the band in Applebee's then that you
I
would
remember
name
No.
it.
the
We
two of
talked
us,
about it
never-
in Applebee's.
because
It was
I was
never-
making.
I
the
wasn't
video.
even there when you guys
No,
decided.
no,
it was just
It was
me and
so it
Dave.
was
It was like
actually
me and Dave and
just two.
Chris and
Yeah.
So how did the other 3/5 of the band feel about the fact that the minority. Only 40% of the band actually decided on the name.
Well, yeah, that was the fact that so few people decide on the name. I just
I don't think we
arrived one
decided
day.
on it.
You weren't here, as always.
I've got going on to Mount Vernon next week.
Oh, heaven forbid I hang out with my family.
Steve,
go.
that's a good
I'm
name.
just saying,
Steve,
yes,
still some
it
tension.
was awkward to arrive at a practice
been
with
5
a
years,
name
but-
already,
Practice.
or whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know where whatever. I'm just
No,
saying.
go.
I at one point in time, I was told
Maybe
the
this
name
wasn't
or
such a good
said,
idea.
okay, this is what we think the name's gonna be. So yeah, that was like, oh, okay. But the fact that it was Steve made everything better.
Yeah.
So I didn't care the fact that I just made up the name. It was Steve,
'Cause it was
and so I was happy about it.